Good evening, everyone. Life is a beautiful flow, ever moving, ever changing. But when someone walks away, when a connection fades, what do? Most people react. Some block, some beg, some break down. But all of this is an unconscious response, isn't it? You must understand. When something or someone is taken away from your life, it is not a loss. It is life reorganizing itself in a more intelligent way. But instead of allowing this natural process, you interfere. You try to hold on to what is no longer yours, or you push it away in anger. Neither will bring you peace. So what should you do? Just step back. Watch, observe, transform yourself. When you are no longer reacting but responding from a place of awareness, life has no choice but to rearrange itself in your favor. Let me tell you how. When someone leaves your life, your first reaction is usually emotional. You might feel hurt, confused, or even angry. It's natural to feel this way, but reacting emotionally will not help. In fact, it can make things worse. If you beg someone to stay, they might lose even more respect for you. If you block them out of anger, you are still letting them control your emotions. This is why the best thing you can do is to stop reacting and start evolving. What does it mean to stop reacting? It means that instead of letting your emotions control you, you take a step back, you breathe, you pause, you observe your feelings without acting on them immediately. When you react, you are operating from pain, fear, or insecurity. But when you stop reacting, you allow yourself to see things clearly. You give yourself time to understand what is happening instead of making the situation worse by acting out of impulse. Many people believe that if someone walks away, they need to do something to get them back. They think they need to prove their worth, send long messages, or show how much they care. But the truth is, love, respect, and attention cannot be forced. The more you try to make someone stay, the more you push them away. People are naturally drawn to strength, confidence, and peace. When you beg or become overly emotional, it shows that you are not in control of yourself. This is not attractive. The strongest thing you can do is accept what is happening and focus on yourself. Evolving means growing beyond the situation. It means using the pain as fuel to become a better version of yourself. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Every challenge in life is an opportunity to grow. If someone leaves, it can be a chance to become more independent, to focus on your dreams, or to develop self-love. Growth does not happen when things are easy. It happens when things are difficult and you choose to rise above them. Think about it this way. If you react emotionally every time something goes wrong, you will always be controlled by situations and people. But if you learn to stay calm and centered, no matter what happens, you become powerful. You become someone who cannot be easily shaken by the ups and downs of life. This does not mean you should suppress your emotions or pretend you don't care. It simply means you should acknowledge your feelings but not let them control you. Many people go through heartbreak, rejection, or loss, and they allow it to destroy them. They stop believing in themselves, they lose confidence, and they get stuck in sadness. But then there are others who take the same pain and use it as motivation. They work on themselves, they build a strong mind, and they become better than before. Which person do you want to be? The one who is broken by challenges or the one who rises above them? When you stop reacting and start evolving, amazing things start to happen. You begin to feel lighter because you are not carrying unnecessary emotional baggage. You start focusing on your own happiness instead of depending on someone else to make you feel worthy. You also become more attractive, not just in the physical sense, but in a deeper way. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured and at peace with themselves. When you are no longer desperate for someone's attention, they may even start to notice you more. This is the power of self-growth. It changes the way people see you, but more importantly, it changes the way you see yourself. You begin to realize that you don't need anyone to complete you. You are already whole. And when you understand this, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop trying to control things that are not in your hands. Instead, you trust life, focus on your own journey, and let things unfold naturally. The moment you stop reacting to every little thing, you gain peace. Instead of feeling frustrated, you feel free. Instead of being stuck in the past, you move forward. This is not just about relationships, this is about life. There will always be situations that test your patience, people who disappoint you, and moments that make you question yourself. But if you keep your focus on evolving instead of reacting, nothing can shake you. In the end, the most powerful thing you can do is grow. People come and go, but your relationship with yourself is forever. When you understand this, you will stop worrying about who stays and who leaves. You will simply focus on being the best version of yourself, and the right people will naturally naturally be drawn to you. So let go of the need to react. Choose to evolve instead. Watch how your life changes when you do. Many times in life, we resist what is happening. When someone leaves, when a relationship ends, or when things do not go the way we want, our first instinct is to fight against it. We try to hold on. We ask why. We try to change the situation, thinking that if we just do something, things will go back to the way they were. But life does not work like that. The more you resist, the more you suffer. Think of life like a river. It is always flowing, always moving. When you try to fight against the current, you exhaust yourself, you struggle, you get frustrated, and you make things harder than they need to be. But when you let go and flow with the river, you move smoothly. You allow life to take you where you are meant to go. This is what it means to stop resisting and start flowing. When someone walks away, it simply means their part in your story is over. But instead of accepting this, many people resist, they beg, they argue, they replay memories in their minds, and they refuse to move forward. This only brings more pain. Holding on to something that is meant to leave is like trying to grab water with your hands. No matter how hard you try, it will slip away. The more you force, the more you lose. Acceptance is the key. When you accept that everything in life is temporary, you stop holding on so tightly. People come and go, situations change, and life keeps moving. Nothing stays the same forever. When you truly understand this, you stop suffering unnecessarily. You realize that if something is leaving your life, it is because it is no longer meant for you. Instead of resisting, you trust that life knows what it is doing. Many people fear change because they think it will bring pain. But the truth is, change only hurts when you resist it. When you accept change, you allow new possibilities to enter your life. Imagine if a door closed and instead of looking for another way forward, you kept standing in front of that closed door, knocking and waiting for it to open again. You would miss all the other open doors around you. This is what happens when you resist life's flow. Letting go does not mean you don't care. It does not mean you forget the good moments or stop loving someone. It simply means you respect the natural flow of life. You understand that some things are not in your control, and that is okay. Instead of focusing on what you lost, you focus on what is ahead. Instead of wasting energy on the past, you invest it in your future. When you stop resisting, you feel lighter. You no longer carry unnecessary emotional weight. You begin to trust that whatever is meant for you will stay and whatever is not will leave. This mindset brings peace. It allows you to wake up each day without fear of losing something or someone. It gives you confidence because you are no longer attached to things outside of your control. Flowing with life does not mean you do nothing. It means you take action when needed, but do not force things that are not meant to be. If someone leaves, you let them go. If a situation changes, you adapt. If a plan does not work out, you create a new one. You move forward instead of staying stuck in resistance. Think of the strongest trees in a storm. The trees that stand stiff and rigid often break, but the ones that bend with the wind survive. Life is like that. If you are too rigid, you will break under pressure. But if you learn to flow, nothing can destroy you. You will bend, you will adjust, and you will continue growing. When you embrace the flow of life, amazing things happen. You stop being afraid of change. You stop needing to control everything. You learn to trust that whatever is happening is for your highest good, even if you don't see it right now. And when you do this, life surprises you in beautiful ways. So stop resisting, stop holding on to what is trying to leave. Flow with life, trust the process, accept what is happening. When you do this, you will find that life brings you something even better than what you are trying to hold on to. Just let go and see where the flow takes you. Many times when someone leaves or ignores us, our focus stays on them. We keep thinking about what they are doing, who they are with, or if they miss us. This is a trap. The more you focus on them, the more you lose yourself. Instead of wasting energy on someone who has chosen to walk away, turn that energy inward. Focus on yourself, not them. Why is this important? Because when you give too much attention to someone who is no longer present in your life, you keep yourself stuck. You might check their social media, overanalyze their words, or hope for their return, but none of this will bring them back in the way you want. Instead, it only makes you feel more powerless. The truth is, no one respects someone who is always chasing. The more you chase, the more they pull away. The more you focus on them, the less time you have to focus on yourself. What happens when you shift your focus? Everything changes. Instead of sitting in sadness, you start working on yourself. Instead of asking, why did they leave? You ask, how can I improve? You take all the energy you were wasting on them and use it to build yourself. This is how you regain your power. When you focus on yourself, you grow, you heal, you become stronger. And when this happens, you naturally attract better things into your life. Think about it. If you spend all your time worrying about someone who walked away, you are giving them free space in your mind. But do you think they are spending that much time thinking about you? Most likely they are moving on with their life. So why should you stay stuck? Instead of keeping them in your thoughts, shift your attention to something that benefits you, your goals, your health, your passions, your happiness. One of the best things you can do in life is to become your best self. Not for them, not to make them regret leaving, but for you. When you improve yourself, everything changes. You start feeling better, looking better, and thinking better. You gain confidence, and confidence is attractive not just in relationships, but in all areas of life. Imagine two people. One is sitting around feeling sad, waiting for someone to notice them. The other is working on their dreams, becoming healthier, learning new things, and growing every day. Who do you think will attract more respect and admiration? The second person. Because people are naturally drawn to those who are focused, passionate, and happy within themselves. Focusing on yourself also helps you see your own worth. Sometimes we get so caught up in trying to be loved by someone else that we forget to love ourselves. But when you start investing in yourself, you realize that you don't need external validation. You don't need someone to choose you in order to feel valuable. You are already enough just as you are. If someone left, let them. If someone ignores you, don't take it personally. Instead of wondering why they don't see your worth, make sure that you see it. Instead of chasing love from outside, build love within. When you do this, you stop depending on others for happiness. You become your own source of strength. The moment you shift your focus away from them and onto yourself, you start to glow differently. You develop an energy that is powerful and magnetic. This is when people start noticing you again, not because you chased them, but because you became someone who no longer needs to chase. And whether or not they return, it won't matter anymore, because you will be too busy building the best version of yourself. So stop focusing on them, stop overthinking, stop waiting, stop chasing. Use that time to grow, to heal, to become better. Focus on yourself and watch how everything in your life starts to change for the better. When something painful happens, whether it's a breakup, rejection, or loss, your mind does not let you forget it easily. Thoughts keep coming back. You replay past conversations, analyze every detail, and ask yourself, what went wrong? You might even imagine different scenarios, thinking, what if I had done this differently? But this way of thinking only keeps you trapped in the past. Your mind is like a movie screen, constantly playing old memories. If you keep watching these same painful scenes again and again, how will you ever move forward? The more you focus on what happened, the more you become a prisoner of your own thoughts. But here is something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. Imagine sitting in a theater watching a movie. The story is playing on the screen, but you are just an observer. The movie might be emotional, but you know you are not part of it. You are simply watching it happen. The same is true for your thoughts. When a painful memory comes up, instead of getting lost in it, just observe. Step back and say, oh, this is just my mind bringing up old thoughts again. Don't fight the thoughts, but don't get stuck in them either. Just watch. Most people do not realize that they have the power to step back from their thoughts. They think, if I feel sad, then I must be sad. But sadness is just an emotion passing through you. It is not who you are. The same way clouds pass in the sky, thoughts and emotions pass through your mind. If you don't hold on to them, they will go away on their own. But if you keep feeding them, they will grow stronger. When you become the watcher of your thoughts instead of the prisoner, everything changes. You stop reacting to every little thing. You stop overthinking. You stop wasting time on people and situations that are no longer part of your journey. Instead, you gain peace. You understand that just because a thought appears does not mean you have to believe it. Not every thought is the truth. Some thoughts are just old habits of the mind trying to pull you back into suffering. The next time you feel stuck in negative thoughts, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am not my thoughts, I am just watching them. This simple shift in awareness is powerful. It gives you space between you and your emotions. Instead of being controlled by your thoughts, you are now in control. Over time, when you practice this, your mind becomes calmer. You don't get upset as easily, you don't feel the need to react to every little thing, and when life throws challenges your way, you handle them with grace instead of stress. You become emotionally free. This is why it is so important to be the watcher, not the prisoner. The more you observe your thoughts without getting attached, the lighter you feel, the past no longer controls you. You start living in the present moment, and that is where real happiness exists. So whenever painful thoughts arise, don't fight them, don't run from them, just watch them, let them come and let them go. You are not trapped in your mind unless you choose to be. Step back, observe, and set yourself free. Silence is one of the most powerful responses you can give. When someone ignores you, disrespects you, or walks away, your first instinct might be to react. You may want to explain yourself, argue, or try to get their attention, but none of this is necessary. The best answer is often no answer at all. When you stop talking and stop chasing, something interesting happens. People start wondering about you. They start thinking, why are they not reacting? Why are they not reaching out? Your silence creates mystery, it shows strength, it makes them realize that you are not desperate for their attention. This is why silence is louder than words. It speaks for itself. Most people make the mistake of thinking that if they explain themselves, beg, or express their emotions, the other person will understand and come back. But the truth is, if someone truly values you, they will not need a long speech to see your worth. If they do not value you, no amount of talking will change that. Words are cheap, actions speak louder, and silence speaks the loudest. Imagine someone expected you to react. They thought you would call, text, or get emotional, but instead you do nothing. You continue living your life, moving forward, growing. This makes them curious. They may even start missing you because suddenly your energy is gone. They realize they are no longer the center of your world. And when people feel they have lost something valuable, they start paying attention. But silence is not just for others. It is for you. When you stop talking and focus on yourself, you heal faster. You gain mental clarity. You stop wasting time trying to prove your worth to someone who does not see it. Instead, you invest that energy in yourself. You become stronger, wiser, and more confident. Silence does not mean weakness. It does not mean you do not care. It simply means you respect yourself enough not to beg for attention. It means you trust life enough to let things unfold naturally. When you stop forcing situations and allow life to take its course, everything falls into place the way it is meant to. If someone truly wants to be in your life, they will come back on their own. If they don't, then silence has given you your answer. Either way, you win. You either reconnect with someone who genuinely values you, or you free yourself from someone who does not deserve your energy. So the next time you feel the urge to respond, argue, or explain, pause, take a deep breath, and choose silence instead. Let your absence speak. Let your growth speak. Let your peace speak. Because in the end, silence is the loudest answer you can give. Life becomes easier when you stop forcing things, stop chasing people, and stop trying to control what is not meant for you. When someone leaves, don't block them, don't beg them to stay. Just shift your focus inward.